What's going on, guys? It's Swimsy here, and in today's Warframe video, we are going to have a look at what Barracuda has brought for this rotation. Now, Barracuda is currently located on the Larunda relay on Mercury, and we're just going to see what he has brought for this week. And I'm just going to give my input on what you should get and what you should avoid. That being said, let's get straight into it. So the first item we have is the Excalibur Proto Armor in Action Glyph. For 60,000 credits and 75 ducats, you are able to get this Excalibur Proto Armor glyph. The glyph looks good, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't pay this much for a glyph. If you do like this, then you can pick it up, the choice is yours, but I would stay away from this. Next, we have Primed Fever Strike. For 200,000 credits and 350 ducats, you get this mod that increases Toxin for plus 165% for melee weapons. Now, obviously, this is a primed mod, so you do want to factor these in. Primed mods will help you out more than their standard mod counterpart. I would highly recommend you pick this mod up because Toxin on melees is very useful. Mainly if you want to do corrosive, gas, or viral. Those elements will definitely help you out with killing enemies quicker. I think you should pick this mod up. Next we have Jolt. For 150,000 credits and 300 ducats, you get a mod that increases electricity and status chance by 60% each. Now, this mod is actually very valuable, believe it or not. There was a big demand for this mod a couple years ago, and I would recommend you pick this up because 60/60 mods, mainly for pistols, rifles, shotguns, and melee weapons, are really good. They allow you to, of course, get extra status chance and also allow you to add extra elements to your weapons to deal more damage. Next, we have Full Contact. For 220,000 credits and 365 ducats. You get a mod that increases your impact by plus 120% for shotguns. Now, this mod is not worth it. I would rather prioritize Slash for me personally. This mod can be useful in certain situations, but I would stay away from this mod. Next, we have the Prisma Koi Sentinel Tail. For 200,000 credits and 200 ducats, you purchase a tail for your Sentinel. It's just a decoration for the back of your Sentinel. It does look alright. I think it's a bit expensive for what you get, so I would stay away from this. But the Prisma effect does look pretty good. It's definitely not the worst Sentinel tail attachment you could purchase from Barrow, but I think it is a bit too expensive. Next, we have Mark of the Beast. For 115,000 credits and 300 ducats, you get a mod for thrown melees, which on 6 melee kills within 6 seconds plus 120 status and critical chance for secondary weapons for 24 seconds. On paper, this does sound pretty good, but you do have to run a thrown melee. Glaives can be pretty good, the Zoris is alright, but I just don't see this getting used. It's very situational, but if you do not have it or actually want to test it out, now is the time to pick it up. Next, we have the Prisma Neighborus Shoulder Armor. For 140,000 credits and 220 ducats, you can pick up some shoulder armor that has a Prisma effect. Now, I'm not sure if this is based on the Knights of Neighborus. I think it is. I guess it looks like bat wings in a way. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. I think it is very expensive for what you get, considering it's not a full armor set. If it was a full armor set for this price, then I would recommend you pick it up. If you do like it, you can pick it up. If not, that's all good. It is purely cosmetic, it doesn't bring any value to your gameplay. Next, we have the Mantis Prisma skin. For 375,000 credits and 230 ducats, you purchase a Prisma variant of the Mantis landing craft. Overall, I think the Prisma effect on this ship looks alright. I'm not a big fan of this ship because you don't really see the Prisma effect as much, and I've just never been a big fan of the Mantis. However, it does have some cool features, like the patterns and the colors, and it has a metallic finish, so if you do want to go for something like this, now is the time to pick this up. If you are a big Mantis fan and like running the Mantis for your normal ship, then this is a good opportunity to get a decent looking skin. Next, we have the Katir Dyax Syndana. For 450,000 credits and 325 ducats, you get a Katir Syndana. Now, this Syndana doesn't look too bad overall, and I do like this look. I do like the rigid Syndanas. This would probably go well with my Vauban, but This is very expensive for a Syandana. As always, with every other cosmetic or mod or anything Barrow brings, the choice is yours, so remember, everything Barrow brings is your choice. You are the player who wants to play the game, so do with that as you will. I'm just here to give recommendations. Next, we have the Viper Wraith, our first weapon of this rotation. For 75,000 credits and 400 ducats, you get this small secondary pistol that doesn't do a lot of damage. This is probably by far one of the worst weapons Barrow brings. I'm not even gonna consider it because it is terrible. And I mean terrible. Although you do need Mastery rank and can get Mastery XP from this weapon, so I would pick it up just for that. Next, we have the EOS Prime armor set. Now, this is an armor set, so things are a bit different. For 260,000 credits and 285 ducats, you were able to purchase this EOS Prime armor set. I own this. This was one of the first things I bought from Barrow Katia, and I do like the shoulder plates first. They are my favorite. Then it would probably go the chest plate. I'm not a big fan of the spurs at the back, the leg plates, but it is what it is. It does look pretty nice. It does have a good effect for the armor itself. And I would actually recommend you pick this up because you get a full armor set for only 285 ducats. That is pretty good. Next, we have the Gorgon Tosun skin. For 300,000 credits and 300 ducats, you are able to purchase this skin that, in all honesty, doesn't look that good. The Gorgon actually has an Incarnon form, so the Gorgon isn't that useless anymore. So I would highly recommend you pick up the Gorgon Incarnon. But this skin in particular doesn't really look that good. The wide details do look good, but I'm not a big fan of that base color. Obviously, you can change the color to however you want to look, so the skin could look better with a darker color or a different color. But I just don't think spending 300 ducats and 300,000 credits on a skin is worth it. Next, we have the Glaring Emblem. For 50,000 credits and 50 ducats, you can get a Kavat emblem for your Warframe. Not gonna lie, it is very cheap. I still wouldn't pay that for this because, let's be honest, it's a Kavat emblem. You can find so many better emblems for your Warframes than this. I would stay away from this unless you absolutely want to pick it up. Next, we have the Puspa Luxem ornament. For 100,000 credits and 100 ducats, you can get this flower pot decoration. Honestly, this is the best ornament that Barrow brings just because it's different and it's diverse and it's 3D, which looks pretty cool. I would recommend you pick this up if you want to spice up your Orbiter/Dojo. Next, we have the Elixis Latron pistol skin. For 215,000 credits and 400 ducats, you can eventually see the skin. And it is an Elixir skin, so it's just bronze with some etching. Honestly, this is a bit weird because the Latron is a primary weapon. So if you want to turn it into a pistol, I guess you could pick this skin up. I don't know. I do like the skin. I think it's really cool. I do like the etching. I think there should be more etching. But for 400 ducats, that's pretty expensive. Next, we have the Lunar Renewal Ox Sigil. For 45,000 credits and 55 ducats, you can get a sigil. And it's just a sigil for your Warframe. It's nothing really special. I would recommend that you don't pick this up just because it is a sigil. It doesn't give any value to your gameplay. And it doesn't look the best in my opinion. For the second weapon of this rotation, we have the Vastalok. For 325,000 credits and 550 ducats, you can get a Gunblade that does strip enemies' armor. Now, the Vastalok is a unique weapon because you could have gotten it for free at some point. I think it was it 2022 TennoCon? I think it was either 2022 or 2023, but this is a Gunblade that does pretty good slash damage. Overall, it's really good. It is a Gunblade, so you can shoot it from long range to kill enemies. And for 325,000 credits and 550 ducats, it's very expensive, but you do end up getting mastery rank from it. And it is a very decent weapon to armor strip enemies. Next, we have the Class of 10-0 poster. For 120,000 credits and 90 ducats, you can get a Zariman 10-0 class poster. I don't mind the design they were going for, and it is a good decoration for your Orbiter/Dojo. I think it is a bit expensive, but I would still pick this up because it does look pretty cool, and you can fill in some spaces in your Orbiter/Dojo. Next, we have the Transmuter Operator Hood. Now, this is a lore-based item. The Transmuter Javi was honored with this ceremonial hood on the day of his execution. in recognition of his Archimedean status. This is an operator face gear accessory. I think it's a helmet actually, and not gonna lie, it doesn't look very good. It's just a lore-based item. That's why I picked it up. If you're into lore or just want to buy this, then you can right now. Next, we have the Nidus Immortal skin. For 100,000 credits and 550 ducats, you can get a Immortal skin for Nidus. The Immortal skins do give you some design choices for that certain Warframe. In this case, you have a bunch of patterns for Nidus. And you can stack Immortal skins on top of primed frames, which is pretty cool. I wouldn't pick this up because it is very expensive for what you get. But as I said, the choice is yours when it comes to purchasing things from Barrow. Second to last, we have the Fey Path Ephemera, the Autumn Leaf Ephemera, and for 1,000 credits and 15 ducats, you can get this Autumn Leaf Ephemera that does look pretty good, and it is animated, which looks very nice. It's a very cheap but very good ephemera. Finally, we have the Sands of Inaris Blueprint. For 25,000 credits and 100 ducats, you can pick up this blueprint to start the Sands of Inaris quest to get the Warframe Inaros. You do have to purchase this to progress through the quests in the game, and overall it is a very good quest. However, if you do miss this when Barry is around, unfortunately you're going to have to wait 2 weeks for him to come back. Barrow Katir is the only one who sells this blueprint to start the quest, so that is a bit of a downside. Alrighty guys, well that is everything that Barrow Katir has brought for this rotation. Please let me know down below your favorite item. For me, it would have to be that primed Fever Strike. That extra toxin for melee weapons does go a long way. If you did like this video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. All of that good stuff helps me out. And I quickly have an announcement right now. Alrighty guys, so the winner of the Nether Prime set giveaway was Ender Knight 60. It was very tough to decide a winner. Thank you for everyone who did participate. Your ideas were amazing, and it was very hard to choose a winner. As you can see in the background, it is just the footage of me giving away the set, just to make sure that it was not fake. Thank you all so much for the continued support on my videos. Let me know anything I can improve on, anything you want to see in future videos. That being said, it's been Swim, guys. Later.